We spoke yesterday about the difficulty, or actually I should say the impossibility of correctly, precisely translate some intrinsic Jewish Torah concepts into a foreign language and a foreign ideology. And we focused on the word teshuvah, where in English we translate it as repenting, and we realize that it means completely something else. That is, that teshuvah means something else completely. Teshuvah does not mean regretting the past and starting a new reality, a new person, a new page. But teshuvah means returning to who we originally are. So it's not going away from ourselves, rather going back to ourselves, going to our source. And our source is obviously the neshama. Our source is an integral part of God Himself, which we tuning back into fully. Today, I would like to conclude the same concept with two further important issues which are part of, as we said yesterday, teshuvah, tefillah, u'tzedakah, the meaning of tefillah, prayer, and the meaning of tzedakah, charity. Tefillah, translated simply, prayer. Prayer represents supplication, petition, where we entreat God and requesting from Him certain things that we need. So in other words, this sounds like when we're in need of something, we call upon God, God, please help me. In fact, there's a discussion amongst the codifiers of the 613 mitzvot, if there is a need for a daily prayer, or the mitzvah is to pray whenever we're in need of something. So this sounds like prayer represents requesting and to fulfill a need. If I have no need, there's no need for prayer. But that's called bakasha, not tefillah. Tefillah means connecting. Tefillah means union, where prayer emphasizes God fulfilling our requests. Tefillah union stresses our striving to achieve a union with God. Just the opposite. Not that God, please gimme, gimme, gimme. It's God, I'm giving myself to you. I'm connecting with you. I want to unify with you. Like the famous image of Yaakov's ladder, angels going up. What is this? This is the moment of ascension when we ascend to God and wanting to connect with Him. And therefore, during the Amidah, we stand the feet together. For what? To represent there is nothing but my relationship now, my focus now on God. And therefore, we become oblivious to everything which is around us. So prayer, as we just said, is not about requesting, it's about connecting, unifying with Hashem. Final word, tzedakah. Tzedakah, who doesn't know what it means? Giving charity. But charity gives the connotation that I'm a very charitable person. I'm doing not something that I'm obligated to do. I'm doing it from the benevolence of my heart. I see a poor man, I owe him nothing. I have no relationship with him. Why should I give him? So I do it out of my kindness, my benevolence. Not a duty, it's just a kind act. It's a charitable act. But that's not what tzedakah is. The root word of tzedakah is tzedek, justice. Justice implies I have an obligation. It's not because of I am the most kind individual. I'm simply obliged to help another person. And the reason why? Because what I possess is not mine. It's all given to me by God, entrusted to me by God to do the right thing. And one of those right things to do is to help those in need. Not as a benevolence, but as tzedakah, tzedek, v'yosher, righteousness, obligation. There's a further reason why we have to do it. It says we should compare ourselves to God. Does God owe us anything? God is giving us life and health and everything that we need. Do we really deserve it? Has my day yesterday been one that I deserve to get again the gift of life and the gift of everything from God? So he's going above board. He's going above his obligations, so to say. I have to act in kind. So I have to compare myself. Adam el Elyon, I have to compare myself to God and act the way he acts. V'skadishtem ki kodesh ani. Sanctify yourself because I'm sanctified. Act in the same way, which is an obligation, again, not a benevolence. By understanding these three dimensions of teshuva, returning to myself, connecting with God, by connecting with another person, it is this total unification which brings out the ultimate unification with Mashiach and meeting in the Bet HaMikdash.